latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a bit of a review video on a new-ish product from Zempire. So this is basically the V2 version of the Evo TL. So the Evo from Zempire we've seen for a few years now, and it's been very popular. For me, the TL is probably my favourite size in the range, because I think it's a great compromise of living space, sleeping space, and also a canopy area as well. So I think from a size wise and pack wise, it works really nicely. So if you've not really heard of Zempire before, they're kind of a brand that's been around for quite a few years now, definitely big in kind of New Zealand, where their sort of main base is. So it's all about basically bringing a product to market that essentially is almost the best it possibly can be, almost irrespective of price. So one thing you find, it's very feature rich. You've got small little details in there that you wouldn't necessarily see elsewhere, and it's the attention to detail that probably makes it kind of Zempire what they are. It's definitely a different kind of ethos to maybe what we see elsewhere. So what we've got really is actually what's, in fairness, is their kind of almost lower collection, which if you compare it to most of a brand's, actually it sits in their top, compares to most of a brand's top collection. So that's kind of what we're talking about really here. Now, because it's designed really with a New Zealand kind of thing in market, where they have sort of hotter summers and cooler winters, it's perfect for the kind of UK climate. So you see, obviously, we've got lots of ventilation. So every single panel has a mesh panel to have that airflow coming throughout. So that's brilliant for kind of those days when it's warm, but you can seal it up for one of those colder days as well. This also helps with sort of less condensation, and the V2 kind of version 2 in many ways has benefits from new kind of sky windows to allow a bit of more light going inside, and you've got zip up curtains on the inside to cover them when you want to. You've got a new all black bedroom, so a much darker bedroom, and you've also got the new multi-room bedroom as well. So it's the ability to chop and change where the divider is in the actual model, which we'll go into on the inside, to give you the flexibility to have the tent in layout that you want, which again, we've done a separate video on that, so you can really kind of sort of familiarize yourself with that as well. As we see in situ with the TL, we've actually got the front mesh wall on the front as well. So the front mesh wall is an optional extra. It's normally kind of an open canopy. The wall itself comes with a solid panel and a mesh panel, and and there's some additional poles also come included, so you can kind of go wing it out to lift that front door up, create yourself a little mini canopy as well to increase the space. Another new update for 22 is we've now got a reflective tint in the front storm straps and back, just so when you're sort of with the torch, you can also get a little bit of glare back, so hopefully it helps you avoid the guide points itself. Things we kind of know to love with it, we've got a tinted window, so you've got that level of privacy, mesh sort of lower parts, loads of ventilation. So bottom, we've got ventilation here. All of the doors have a mesh door as well, which is certainly a key kind of feature. So both side doors and even the kind of main door into the main living area has got a full 360-degree mesh. So you've got that barrier against the bugs regardless of where you're coming from. We're looking at a 150D material, so it's a really nice robust fabric, 6,000 mil, and got a 3-year warranty. So again, it oozes kind of quality. Small little features that you come to see, webbing straps at every point for the tension, and you can adjust it. So even things like metal, gold kind of, guy pullers, get the word out, which also kind of make it, again, it's just the small little details. Other things like the pack bags is oversized, great compression straps on there, good to carry handles, and even the sort of straps you get included to kind of compress it before it goes in the bag are like webbing straps rather than like an off bit of cord, or that you find maybe with other brands. So even the small little things like that, they have really thought about. In terms of its design as well, it's for the size of it and the spec of it, it's actually really quite a good pack size and pack weight, which is certainly one of its biggest benefits, because tents are getting bigger and bigger now, and that's why pack weights and cars, you want to make sure you get as much in as possible. So there's a new kind of their system they've done with the air beams inside is quite a clever way to cut excess fabric but still keep the kind of quality that you want to keep. Again, we've got a low level ventilation point beneath the bedrooms to help with airflow and sort of help fight condensation, and there's a rear panel as well which can fully zip up to get that airflow through. But I'll tell you what I'll do, let's have a look on the inside and talk for a few more features that the Evo TL V2 has to offer. So now we're inside the Evo today, you can kind of get a bit more of a grasp for sitting in the space and the kind of size of things in here. That's one thing, like I said, on the outside, I do love about the tent itself, is that actually that your living area is a really good size. You've got a decent sized sort of canopy section as well, with the ability to enclose it if you wish, or the flexibility to kind of put that bug barrier up, or also, of course, gold wing it out. So that's why it's really quite nice. You've got a decent spec of level, spec level in here as well, where you've got zip-up curtains. So again, you've got a much more thorough attachment, and it gives you the flexibility that you can obviously have ultimate privacy, still allow a bit of light to come through the skyline, or you want that kind of complete barrier, you can then zip that fully up like so. Alternatively, you just want ultimate amount of visibility and ventilation. That's when you would then kind of bring it nicely and neatly down, take it all the way down to the bottom, and then you can sort of roll up the material nice and simply there. You then just got one little toggle point just to kind of keep it at bay, and you've got that breathability of the mesh. You've also got necessarily curtains in the canopy section as well, which is really quite nice. So when you've got that seal on the front with the wall kit, you really are sort of protected against the elements, or you've got the flexibility. And again, even in the front part there, a little fly, the windows can be covered as well. The canopy south section is a really nice sort of area. You can quite happily put sort of like a cooking unit in here, or have it more of a socialised living area. Now then you've got a middle door as such, and the middle door itself is what they call their 360 door. So as it suggests, the zip goes 360 all the way around, so you can have it a complete enclosure against it. So, and even with that, you've got a full mesh door. Built into it like so, and then you've got a normal door situated behind it, so you want to keep the elements completely out, you zip that behind it itself. What if you wanted to have a half and half, obviously you can bring that back like so, roll that back, and then you've got an entrance into the actual tent itself. Alternatively, to have it completely open, you can just kind of stuff it into these nice big pockets we've got located here and have it more of an open size. Like I said about the tube system, with less material on the extra sleeve, it's all toggled in place to kind of reduce the extra fabric to keep that weight nice and packed down. Great sort of 10cm beams, each one's done individually, and for a pitch time you can see this being pitched pretty much, I think it took me about 9 minutes on my own to do it, which means it's perfect for kind of a weekend use, or even a week if you're going to do it a bit longer. Really nice sewn in ground sheet into the place as well, and again, low level ventilation beneath the windows. Cable entry points is crucial, so you've got all three sides are covered. So you've got between the back bedroom at left, the front right, and then also even into the section here, into the front section. So it doesn't matter where your main socket is on the site, you can all happily accommodate it. Things like little points for hanging lanterns are located nice and neatly in here, and you've got them again situated on the beams at the front all the way through, and even to this point. Little Velcro tabs also located, so you can have cables running wherever you need to be and out where you need to be as well. So the ultimate amount of flexibility is what you want. Mesh side doors, as we talked about on the outside as well as the front, means again airflow throughout the tent, and I'm going to keep talking about it because it's one of the key features of kind of Zempire as a whole. Moving towards the back side of things, again we've got cable entries for little hanging points for lanterns, so you can have a little lantern hanging inside, and the new all black bedrooms look really smart, and it certainly is a great update for 22. Other things you'll see as well is it gives you the versatility. So what we've now got really is sort of different separate entrances as we go. So we can have, you've got almost like an inner divider, so it can now be kind of a 2 and a 3, or you can, if you wanted to, you can split it pretty much nearly straight kind of down the middle, so it's more of a sort of a 50-50. So you have your master bedroom or your non-master bedroom, and again you can sort of open it all up to have one big bedroom. We've done a separate video about all the functionalities of what you've got, and by checking the link below to our website, we've got the kind of the floor diagrams to again kind of familiarise yourself a bit with what we're looking at. But from a tent side of things, it's about a 355, so it's a very generous kind of 5-berth tent, should we say. Now, what you can also do is, obviously headroom height is quite key. Even in the bedrooms you can quite happily stand up as well, and then zip dividers between the sections kind of give you that intimate privacy level. The darker bedrooms really do help to hopefully cut out early morning light to make you sleep in a little bit longer as well. And kind of the quirky design of it was really quite nice. This kind of sort of 50 pence kind of style roof, just trying to increase your internal headroom a little bit. But that's how. Let's bring the camera in as well and just talk through a few more features as we go. So get a bit of a better feel for it. Like as you walk through the front door, you can kind of, you've got really two nice big panels there, low level ventilation beneath that, and storage pockets beneath there. So what they've kind of did is remove the storage pockets from the bedroom and give you the flexibility in the bedroom, but still kept it in the tent. But you can see really from kind of that visibility point of view with the mesh, it works really well. Other things you've got located is kind of in the bottom of the bedroom sections itself. You've got storage pockets. So even in there, you've got your, and you also got a mesh top panel as well. So you can get airflow inside the actual tent as well as at the back. So you've got your little mesh pockets down the bottom there as well. As we kind of come out of it, you've still got the other options to put like a roof cover on there to protect the roof, which works really nicely. That's the sort of the front door. If you want, they've got a new front wall kit. So you've taken like a full PVC wall, which looks really smart if you ask me. But overall, it's a really nice kind of design. But no, the Evo's definitely by far and away has been probably Zempire's best-selling model, just because it's definitely more affordable in the kind of terms of their range. You've still got all the key features and the kind of Zempire-ness of the ability to chop and change to the weather. Even these two nice big bottom vents, or behind there is a full vent at the back as well. And you've got obviously a vent at the top. So lots of airflow. Each beam's done individually through these points located here. And then those kind of smoothing lines of it going down, I think just kind of gives it a little bit more of a class feel to it. But overall, I think it's a really nice little model. Something that's, like I said, has been quite popular certainly for the last couple of years, just because for me the TL in terms of size-wise really works from sleeping to living. You know, it's a great couple's tent, or for those smaller families, it's enough room without being too big. And like I referred to the pack size, that works well. 3-year warranty as well, which you don't see with most brands, and that's, like I said, the lower level for kind of Zempire as a whole. So lots of talking points. By all means, check out more videos about the pitching we do with it, and there also is addition to add an extension onto the front of it in terms of a gazebo, which is a different level again. So you can actually almost have a little hub onto the tent. So we've done a separate thing on that. But overall, I think the sort of version 2 V2 model of the Evo, some really nice improvements. And it's just sort of bettered a tent that was very popular and for good reason. So, but any more information about sort of current prices and all sorts, you can check the link below. It takes you through to our website. We've also got all the videos there that are related kind of to the Evo. But nice model, good improvements, and just generally a nice feel to it really, which is quite nice for a change. So yeah, that's the Zempire Evo TL V2.